welcome back to another week of Yardy Links. Just want to big up everybody. Thank you all for joining. This week we have all our hosts here. We have Ryan, aka Raylex, Rory White, Jay Sint in the yellow, Leonie, and Fabian, and yours truly, Leon, Bad Flex. So just want you all to know that this week we have a very interesting topic, and I'm not really an expert. So all of these guys you're looking at are the expert, and they will be talking about this in detail. So big up everybody, and without further ado, let's go. Rory.
Why me? Why me first? Why me first, Jesus? Yes, people. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the 2 viewers so far who tune in. So we know, you guys ready for the topic. This topic is about masturbation. And even though every week we tune in and we're having fun, we want to educate the people as well, right? I want to look at what exactly is going on with this masturbation thing, really and truly, right? Because I can tell you, and you can't kill me, but I think every 99% of people who over the age of 18 do some masturbating already. What you say? I lie me? Tell me if I lie me, I tell.
You don't know if I lie. You
don't know if I tell. Everybody, JC, not laughing, right? That's all.
Yo, Greeny, what I know is the Greeny said something here, so I'm often laughing because Greeny said, back your fist to the world. Yo, people who don't know about back fist, because your hands fist like a fist, yeah? And when you do your thing, your hand look like a fist. I remember when we did a live one down, and them used to knock on a man door, and I said, yo, Lego your fist in there. Yeah, man, because him do it, I like him, man, them heavy assume some boy, him a hold on for the fist, Yeah,
man. Rory's saying over 18, but chances are it is chances are it's much younger. Because even as a child, when you start exploring, you don't even know that it is masturbation. You don't call it that at that time, but just the exploring of yourself, and you find the pleasure that you find. You're like, oh, this feels good. So it's. I think it's way lower than age 18, because as a child you don't know what it is, but you start to stimulate yourself even at that young age without knowing what it is.
And especially boys, boys.
Yeah, and
especially boys and females.
No, man, I'm mainly boys, man, because the research show.
Yeah, mainly boys.
Mainly boys. Hello, man build muscles through masturbation.
Man build muscles. Listen. You know, said there was a saying though. I don't know if you never hear it. Where if one of your hand them bigger than the other one, because of that other one they use. I always say check your muscle them. I say look the one of the hand they use.
Which one bigger?
No, sir.
The hand, man.
Quickly, let me ask that question now. So, since we all agree, say boy, everybody.
I don't know who agreed.
And I mean, yeah. Leon, let me join you out. Right, let me join you out, Leon. Right, but is it wrong? That's a question. Is it wrong for the 16-year-old to explore with finding pleasure with himself?
First thing, I don't know where people are going to say, because as a Christian society, people use the Bible as a basis to talk about what wrong and what right. And I did some research today. I couldn't find nothing where the Bible mention or talk about it.
No,
so
let me tell you what.
The fact that mention or talk about no sense, you're free to do what you want to do.
Yes, but hold on, Leon. Hold on there. Yeah. Alright, so it's not masturbation that is really the problem, it's what's associated with masturbation. You understand? So when somebody masturbates, them start looking at pornography, and that's where lust and kind of stuff that you start to watch, it kind of it dirty the whole act.
Lust coming into play.
Even whether
you jump too fast, you jump too far into porn. You're not feeling.
It's not even porn, yeah. It's the idea of lusting. Just lusting after someone that's not your wife or your
somebody
husband.
Yeah.
So what if I not lust? What if I think about my wife?
That's another argument. I mean, I remember a woman in my church, and I don't know if my people are watching today. There's a woman in my church, and those that are watching and know me that went to my church, you know exactly who this woman is. Come into church and talk about how she catched her son masturbating, and she wants the congregation to pray for her son. She stood up in the church.
Embarrassment.
This was her prayer for the church to pray for her son.
Stop telling lie, not narrator.
I'm being dead serious. Dead serious.
No, but
even that for me, I'm just like, no, I'm not shutting my eyes. I'm praying to the good Lord. Can you save so and so from masturbate? It's not happening. This is the one prayer that I'm gonna sit out.
Well, let me get.
I know.
When I deviate from my question.
Hold on.
Is it wrong?
Right there, say Arlene Hewitt says that even if you're thinking about your wife, you're opening other spirits. What spirits are you opening?
Arlene. So my wife. So I'm gonna ask Arlene a question now. Arlene, my wife, the overseas, seeing, and she the overseas, and we haven't seen each other for months now. And she said, "Boy, I wish you went there to touch me and this and that." And I say, "Yeah." And I said, "Boy, I can't on my aisle start ride me." Ride me hard. Yes, I can't release Arlene, or I should just sickle. Just make it I ride me till blue balls or what? How can I release?
According to the church, you should suckle.
No. Arlene not answer me. Arlene not answer me. So Arlene, go on.
Arlene answer. Well, Arlene answer. Hear my thing. Yeah. I think as human beings, we tend to develop habits. Yeah. And I think
pick up yourself, Rapid. Go on.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
We develop we as human beings. We develop habits, and I think masturbation is no exception in terms of us trying to please ourselves, trying to ensure that we are satisfied.
Right. I'm going to come to the mic. Come to the mic.
If your partner is away, all right. For example, if you're saying women into other spirits, I'm saying if my partner is even in front of me, yeah, and I want to do it there, or whatever the case may be. Are you saying I'm moving other spirits there as well?
Why you do that?
No, I'm just giving an example. I want Arlene to answer because
that's what Arlene is saying.
But it's not clear because I don't believe it's women and other spirits because you're thinking about your partner. You know? So unless Arlene have something to back up what she was saying, then our argument not getting no water at all.
Well, here's one. If I honestly think, this is what I honestly think. I honestly think something wrong with it. See? Not saying we not indulge in it, right? Because I've participated in the act in the past. See? Don't kill me.
That's the way you said it.
Nobody can kill you.
The man, they ready to start killing me now. No, can't kill me.
I smirk.
We are human beings. We are man. I'm an island right. I'm gonna let it go. It gonna let go. I'm gonna build up already one time.
It's a Grinny and no pass. It's still a guan. Grinny, I don't know pass. It's still a guan.
In the Grinny. In the past, let it be, man. Sure. What you trying? but seriously, I think something wrong with it. I think that every time I agree with Arlie, once you start getting to play with yourself, I don't think it is something that should be natural. Let's start. You know the natural thing already. It's not natural to use your hand to penetrate your hand. You penetrate your hand. Or for the male that is. Yeah, you penetrate the hand. Right? You penetrate the hand for a period of time, hoping to get off. That can be natural. The females, can be realized the females, they're very quiet. The females, them
we're single. We're quiet because we're single. So carry on, married men.
Well, we soon get to Uno, you know. Because they'll go like
we still deal with them.
But here's the thing, Ryan.
Where Arlene get fear of them from?
Arlene. So even though, guys, on a serious note, even though it is I'm saying most people participate in the act, I'm not saying that it's not natural. And I'm thinking, if I look back, if it's about Christian perspective, if we look back at the Bible, I think in 1 Corinthians, somewhere in 1 Corinthians, right? It said, whatever you do, eat or drink, whatever you do, you must do it all to the glory of God. See? Must do it all. What? We can't find it.
Are you saying everything you're doing now is to the glory of God? Every single thing you're doing in life?
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
The scripture says.
That's what the Bible says.
That's what the Bible says. It says, whatever you do, whether you eat or whether you drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. That means that God. Listen up. It says, man, tell you what I'm saying. If we cannot.
Hold on. Let him
finish.
Right. So, if it not give God the glory, or God will not be seen getting the glory, or something that he may frown upon, then don't do it.
How do we determine it is being frowned upon by God?
Like one of my big things is this idea. Hold on. Just a quick question. We need to throw that out. I just feel from the church, and it's a church thing, not a biblical thing, that sex is bad. God never said sex is bad. So we got this idea, sex is bad. God has said in the confinements, sex is actually a very good thing. You're supposed to enjoy it. So this
what is that sex? The sex in the hand.
Pardon?
God never, no point. Tell us, yeah, sex in the hand. Yeah, sex in your finger.
But if you're thinking about your wife or your husband while
sex your hand.
doing it,
that's sex your hand.
Yes, but
you're saying that if you use your hands on your partner, it's wrong?
So what if I use a bowl? What if I use one piece of something I put a penis in and get off on it? That right?
If you're sitting there,
that right?
If you're sitting there dreaming about your husband or wife and how they satisfy you, I don't understand why that would.
So you say this is fine, then we put it on this and get off.
If you are sitting there thinking of your wife, why?
Because I agree with you, Leonie. Because based on all my years and experience in the church and growing up, the only angle that I've heard that masturbation is wrong from is in terms of lusting. So if it's a case, that's the only thing. I don't know about the spirits opening up and all of that, because if you're not entertaining evil spirits, I don't see how a sexual act is going to open up evil spirits. Because when you're linking a sexual act with evil spirit, it's almost as if you're, as Leon is saying, that sex is bad. Sex is something evil. When you start to equate both of them together.
I want something to you.
Hold on. In terms of the lusting, that is where because when you are pleasuring yourself, you're not just thinking in a vacuum or thinking in air. Chances are you're thinking about somebody. Whether or not you're watching porn is something different, but you can be there thinking of somebody who is not your partner, could be a movie star, whoever it is, right? For an unmarried person, I'm talking about. For a married person, you are there, and especially you are distant. You are distant from your partner, and you're there having phone sex or internet sex or video sex, whatever it is. And because if you're having phone sex, it is still masturbation, because you're not physically touching each other. So you are there, you're talking to your spouse who is overseas having whatever sex it is, masturbating, and you're gonna say that is wrong, and you're inviting spirit in.
So let me get this straight.
Big level of nonsense.
So
what kind of spirit are you inviting in if you're not? How is sex going to invite evil spirit in?
And I think what you're saying to Jason is correct, because
it's not sex. Stop saying sex.
Why is it not sex?
Sex has to do with the genitals. Sex has to do with both genitals coming together, not one genital and a bottle.
Hold on, man. Let me say something now, Rory. Yeah.
One. I have some more to say though.
Oh, have we reached to the point where I cannot think about my partner and
tell her.
And hold on. And you have to find some evidence to say it's wrong. Find some backup what you have to say what you have to prove to say that is wrong. Because one, the thing people always come with this everything, then try to blame it on spirits. The spirits, this a spirit that open to spirits. When I was a boy growing up, I used to say if you watch too much horror movie, I open to spirits to all kind of spirit. That's it. Come on now. Every good thing.
I want to tell us. Don't tell us something. This is we trying to justify this thing. Let me tell you something. See? Watch me. Right? So first thing, let me just debunk what Jason talk about sex and evil and spirits. Because one, when I talk about sex must involve two persons. That's the first thing, not one person. And they are engaging in a sexual activity. That's the first thing.
But you're limiting.
Rory, you're limiting it.
You're limiting
Rory.
sex. You're limiting
And it's not
sex.
justification right now, but Rory, you're saying it involves two persons, but you're missing the point what we're saying. If I am involving my wife in this activity, is that not still
What activity? What
Hold on a
activity?
minute.
The one called masturbation.
Don't worry.
Right. How you involve the wife in it?
By thinking about her.
By thinking about her
and sex in your hand. And sex in your hand.
Rory. If she's there in front of my
Does the
face
Bible
and
say
I'm
it's wrong?
masturbating in front of her and she's
That wrong?
masturbating in front of me,
That wrong?
is that wrong?
Guys, hold on. But see me
Answer
cough
the
every now and
question,
then.
Answer
I
the
apologize to people when they see me cough. I tell them I'm sick.
All right.
I'm sick, yes, so I cannot recover right now. But topic went too hard for miss. Go ahead. You're saying if your wife is right in front of you. By the way, Jason, just to add to it, are you saying that masturbation is wrong for all unmarried person? That's the first thing. That's why I get that correct to the viewers. That's what they're saying.
Who's this up?
Jason.
From the big biblical perspective to the way how I have been taught.
Yes,
That is
wrong.
how
Your
they
opinion.
interpret it.
Nonsense them
Yes.
teacher.
All right. So Jason's opinion is that.
In the Bible, there's nothing in the Bible. God not say nothing about it. So God didn't.
No,
Lust,
because Jason said lost. Jason said lost. And lost.
Based on
Lost.
the lust factor.
Yeah.
Lost factor. But here's the thing now. Watch me now. There's something I want to keep. I forget. It's when persons masturbate, right? They release all of these. And what was the question again?
Zinc.
You asked me the question. What was the question again? If
The
they're in front of
idea
you.
that two people are masturbating in front of each other, is that wrong? So if you're masturbating in front of your wife-
Dopamine, I want to talk about. Yeah, man.
Right, okay,
Dopamine
yeah.
and whatever, the endo, whatever.
Serotonin,
All the
yeah.
scientific terms, them.
Yeah, the chemical
Which is the
balance,
same chemical get released when you're talking about drugs, right?
Right.
No, that is why when you masturbate and you climax, that feeling you get is just, take me back there again. Now, persons who masturbate frequently to the point of addiction, them can tell you, and in the research, right, that the sex life different. Because the release what them a get, right? And the spirits them are entertain. Because here's the thing, you might say good spirits, you might say bad spirits.
But you gotta
Okay, fine. Take all the spirits. Take all the spirits.
No, Rory, just before you even continue,
But
Rory,
you get that from sex.
do you drink any at all? Do you drink any at all?
Any alcohol.
Let me
I'm
drink
sure you
alcohol
drink
in at all.
alcohol. Any at all.
Yeah.
So when you there's drinking, I want to
It's the same
drinking
argument.
some wine, as opposed to addiction. So
Jason, the addiction partner now.
No. Hold on.
Addiction.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
There's a different. It's a whole different extreme.
No, because we're not drinking the same chemicals that come from the drugs not released. When you masturbate, chemicals are released. That's why it's very difficult for a man to start masturbate, and it's very difficult for women to start masturbate once they get in the act. See? So don't associate with drinking.
Addiction is different from masturbation. Addiction is a whole different.
And that's a different thing, you know,
Alright, so
Rory.
that's the question.
Exactly,
Leon,
because
Leon,
that is when
you masturbate, Leon. You masturbate.
The man said no, ask him no question.
No, so what's the frame talk then? What's the frame talk you wrong with it? What's the frame talk?
Real stuff.
Come on, Ryan, you masturbate?
Rory,
I have done it.
Oh,
Yes
or no?
It's not something
everybody
we never do.
here have done that in the past. Come
No,
on.
I'm asking you. You masturbating? No.
Sorry,
you are
I'm on the show
masturbate.
now.
No.
I'm on the show now.
Wait, my question finish.
But you can't answer my question. Hold on, Rory.
Ryan.
You don't answer my question.
Mr. Miss one side, but I just want me to hear from you first. Ryan, do you masturbate? No.
I'm on the show. I can't masturbate.
Yes, Rocky.
Hey, hold on.
My chest.
I want to pick some stuff. Yeah? I can share my screen.
Richard Burton came back in his regular, nothing wrong with that.
Well, me still tell him what's wrong with it, but you see, when I'm finish, and guess what? If everything is not wrong with it, how is it that Leon, you Jason, you, Leonie, you, Fabian, you, afraid to say masturbation. Yes, you do it because it's good.
It's not because it's wrong necessarily. There are things that people are squeamish to talk about. It's not the norm to just come out and say.
Why? If it's okay, why just
come on,
but that's
what going on my bedroom is my business, not yours. Just like oral sex, what going on with me and my wife is my business, not yours.
But me, no. Me and my wife have sex. And a secret that. But that is not a secret because it's okay. It's okay.
Do you give the details?
We don't give no details. You don't say you have wife have sex. No give details. No, Leah. Stop this smarty pants. Hold on, guys. Hold on, stop.
Drink some water, Rory. Drink some water.
Water done already.
Come tell everybody that. Nothing wrong with that, but why not come tell everybody that?
No, Jason.
Call pass on data.
You're right, pull up a data, but watch this there. Guys, you can't go outsmart me, you know. What I'm saying is this, my wife and drink water. It is okay and it's natural for me and my wife to engage in sexual activity. See, that is okay and that is natural. So if I say with sex normally, that's okay. Nobody never frown upon it.
What is normally?
Normally, me never have sex every now and then. Remember, I have sex every now and then. Okay. Every now and then.
And then
whenever she feel feet or whenever me feel feet.
You say come and say, okay, me and my wife had anal sex yesterday.
No, you see, you're going to the details. You're going to the details of it.
But what is normally?
But I'm saying normally I'm talking about the frequency. No, what I'm saying is this, the frequency I was talking about. What I'm saying is this. If what name? Masturbation is okay, right? And it's natural and it's normal, then I don't see any reason why you guys should frown upon it and be scared to say, yes,
Rory, it's quite simple. Sex has been frowned upon. If you have a church foundation, right, and you've been brought up in the church, masturbation is frowned upon. Having sex before marriage is frowned upon. The only thing that's okay to talk about is having sex as a husband and wife. So you're not going to have...
Even that is frowned upon somewhat.
But hold on. Before that starts, I don't want to pass this, because Rapid asked a very good question here. They said that you should discharge your seed to stop prostate problems.
That is true. That I've heard that before, medically, from a medical standpoint.
Yes.
But let's look at the data first.
I know I'm not answer the question, but go on, let me see the data.
All right, so are you guys seeing my screen?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We look at male. We always associate masturbation thing to male, but female are involved as well.
What is that?
We know, of course. Because what I try to do, I don't try to be biased and just pull data from the
I don't know why
the American data I have. But I have some from this is from Denmark, as you would see here. So regular masturbators are more confident in pleasing themselves and their partners, and were more satisfied with their orgasms in general. What?
Orgasms,
orgasms. Sorry, my bad. And then it says here, look at this now. Now, if you go back to the first part here, you said that this is what once a week. We know some people do it as so
67% is what? Or respect.
This is once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week. Right now, more than that. I lie them at you.
I'm more than that. But this are from 2019.
But
look, down here, so they say, how often people masturbate, yeah? And this is showing you that 25% is several times a week. That more than anybody else. And this is combining both male and female. All right. So 25% is more than any other percent, as you can see here. So more than once a week. So several times a week. But down here, so if you look down here, so it's a 2019 to 2020 data. And it says 10% increase. There's a 10% increase in people who view masturbation as a form of self-care or therapy. And I've heard it over the years that, listen, man, it helps people release stress. It helps with, as I say, prostate. This is a good thing in terms of as a form of therapy.
I try to justify this thing for you.
But guess what? At the end of the day, if you can look online and try to find things,
not everyone feel
why are the disadvantages of masturbating. The only thing you'll find in them is that you lose the body. There's a deficiency in the amount of zinc that is in your body. And of course you need zinc, of course, to have what? Was that
zinc?
Guys, but we got hit. Why does everybody feel shameful? Not everybody does feel shameful.
And yeah, exactly. Not everyone does feel shameful and it depends because of cultural, spiritual background.
Exactly.
So stop there a second. So let's stop there a second.
Why do people? We just said that just in regards to the foundation of how you grew up. So most of us, we're sitting here saying we grew up in church and we're told how masturbation is wrong, sex before marriage is wrong. The only time sex is right is when it's between your husband and wife, and even then, we don't talk about what we're actually doing when we're married.
Hold on, Leon, guys.
Leon, hold on, Rory. Let me hear since Leon is on a topic. We play the Spice video now. Are we hear what Spice has said now as it relates to that part now?
Me and Spice has said.
Yeah, listen to the Spice video.
Anyway,
stop share.
Spice is singing a lewd song them. Everybody love.
Tape measure.
Hold on.
Memories.
Let me know if I can hear everything.
Now, was it taboo to masturbate for you, like growing up? You know, like to play with yourself. Was that ever an issue?
So I used to play with myself, but when I got older and I found out what comes with it, I stopped.
What comes with it? Yeah, I don't want
people to think I'm crazy.
No, we want to know.
But it's there. You know, when you masturbate, you're having sex with a sex demon, like, you know.
Really? I never heard that.
Pull it up on your phone. It's a sex demon called Incubus. Incubus and Succubus. So you have a male sex demon and a female sex demon.
Okay.
So when you masturbate, you're having sex with a male sex demon.
Wow.
It also will be in a relationship with you and cause problem in your actual relationship.
Is that demon masturbation?
I don't know. Maybe you masturbate a lot,
but I masturbate a lot.
Yeah, my love. You have to look more than
here we go. It's on Twitter. Masturbation is sex with demons. It defiles and destroys your body.
To Satan and sex.
I think you could find anything you want to find on the internet, though, because we could find the exact opposite.
No, but if you Google and
what about a sex angel?
Sex angel. Well, I read up on it a lot, so I'm a big on reader. Read up on it. It's called Incubus and Succubus or something like that.
I'm so interested in this now.
I feel like I've seen some incubus and succubus porn.
Succubus, yeah, it's a sex demon that really, literally will have sex with you, fall in love with you, everything, and it will mash up your relationship. So when your man have sex with you, it causes
because they get jealous.
Yes, it's masturbating really open
and then you
doorway.
and the man can't get along and stuff like that, you know, because you're in a relationship with a demon.
So what I'm supposed to do?
So you masturbate?
So
I ain't got no man.
Me and my boyfriend spend a lot of time apart because I travel for work, he travels for work, so we don't really get to see each other as much as we should. And I masturbate a lot, like thinking about him.
My love a dopey I have sex with.
I'm not saying
that she's interested. She's like, forget about the interview.
They're saying it's superstitious, and they said that there's a rather juicy description of a woman masturbating in Song of Songs in the Bible. She does not get into trouble for it. They said, ask the person who told you that to provide book, chapter, and verse. If they can't do it, call them a Pharisee.
Yeah, Richard Burton, enough dopey baby have out there.
Listen, guys, hold on. Fun and joke aside. Because I know I can't really say what I had.
Make Rory talk. Nobody knows interrupt. Me not interrupt, but go on.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I owe you big time. Right. Now, when it comes out to this masturbation thing, because I realize there's 5 of you against me, 1 as usual when it comes on to these topics. But here's what, right? The masturbation and when you release all of these chemicals I say is the same thing, is the same chemicals get released when time they participate in taking drugs. Right?
And regular sex.
Right. Now, this feeling that you're getting this feeling continuously over time by doing an act on yourself. See? After a while, you realize the natural thing that this feeling should actually come from, which is having sexual activity between a man and a woman, it now becomes lesser off because you can easily do it with yourself. In 5 minutes, if you get to go back up, whatever, if you kill up yourself, take off clothes and all that stuff there, because you get the same rush, the same feeling from just doing it with your hand, right? No, I honestly think that, as I said, it's not natural or intended by God for that release to take place with any object of any sort other than the female or the genitals of the opposite sex. Because then you're going to lead into, if it's not masturbation, you could stick it in a bottle. You could stick it in anything and just go off on it. Right? I'm just saying, people find ways and we put it in all kind of stuff. In a one tree, then put it all in a place, go off at it, right? So the thing is that, what is natural? It boils down to what is natural. When God intended for this chemical to be released and you to say yes from having engaged in a sexual activity, you think it can be any object, or you think it has to be from a sexual? I think it should be between two persons. That's what I think. And you're saying that I am wrong, right? It can be anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo.
All right. So let me ask a question now. So let's ask a question. If it's anything, and I'm sure that there is research that shows how much relationship it has affected.
No. I was gonna say that. You remember? Can I say that? It's total opposite. Because there is a research showing.
It's the
remember
total
back in the day we have a song where say 1 minute.
Let me show you the research. I find the research. One time.
1 minute man. You remember that song? I don't know if you remember that song. And research has shown that men tend to stay on longer when they're
because he not get the same feeling. 1 minute come from a good feeling. 30 minutes come from just push it in and not get no feeling.
I need to jump in. I need to jump in.
Because you know where the good feeling comes from, Rory. That's what I'm saying. It's not the action, is what they're watching. So you see, when you associate it with certain type of fantasies that you sit there are you thinking, then when you now go to have sex, that fantasy that you played out while you're doing that is not happening in the bedroom, and that is when you have issues in people's relationship. But you can't say that masturbation affects the sex life.
So all of the masturbate and it's good. Right. All of the masturbate and it's okay.
Can I jump in, please?
Nobody know what. Tell the people, man, that's what you have
okay.
Yardy links.
Okay.
We talk with people that know what to talk about.
Tell
the people them. Tell the people
safe sex.
Right. So
go on, Leonie. Want to talk for a while now. Go on.
I'm gonna go hard on this, and I don't even masturbate. I don't get any pleasure. I think it's Loretta Oliver said earlier, I prefer someone to do it to me than to do it to myself. I get no pleasure out of pleasuring myself by myself. I find it boring. I find it dead. So I don't do it. I have toys, I have a little box going on, but that's for me and my partner, not just for me. However, if we're just going to sit here and talk about how masturbation is an issue, is wrong, because how the different ways in which you release, that would suggest stuff like, okay, well, you can't limit to just oral sex, or you can't just limit to, I don't know, penetrative sex, right? All those different ways of connecting with another person. That's the whole idea of it. So masturbating with someone else, or masturbating if I can do church or not church, and we're going to use church, and we're going to use the foundation of the Bible, right? Sex was to bring two people together. It's for you and your wife.
No, it's to procreate.
You're also allowed to bring two people together. You become one.
None about that.
Yes.
No. It can't be all procreating.
It's for you.
Purpose of it.
No.
It's for both.
So why are you practicing? Why practicing safe sex then?
Well, why
are you doing family planning then?
No. Are you saying that when you become of the age that you can have children, you don't no more sex? No.
Man, alright, you know what? There are different type of sex, because you have oral sex and you have all kind of sex. So forget it. Continue.
That's what I'm saying.
Because there are people want to participate in a penetrative sex and the oral sex and all kind of stuff. And am I right? So continue.
If we're gonna use the foundation of church, and you're talking or the Bible, and we're talking about the release, then masturbation is just another thing that you do in regards to sex. I don't know why we just thought sex is, I don't know, a man lying on top of a woman and a penis goes in and that's it. I'm sorry, I can't sit here and believe that's all you think sex is.
Basically,
so man and a masturbate after they done have sex with their wife. What about that, Simon? What about that?
Tamara said something which we addressed earlier about it's between a man and a woman, and it's between two persons in a relationship. And Tamara, I want you to answer this question further down in the comment, which is to say, if Jess or your partner, whoever it is not around, can they not think about you and masturbate? And if you're away from each other for a few months or whatever, answer that in the comments.
Brian, is that the only thing you will say it's okay to masturbate if your partner is separated? Or does your partner do it to each other alone? That's the only time?
I want to say something really sexist. I'm going to say something really sexist, and the women can all hate me for this. It's fine. I'll be okay. Right. Men have sex for one reason, and women have sex for another reason. Right?
We get sex for one reason?
No, not reasons. We get two different pleasures out of it. So I don't know if they're watching. I had someone reach out to me this week and they were having issues within their relationship. They're married. He has a higher sex drive than she does. He was trying, he doesn't like just masturbating. He has to be touching his partner. So he was suggesting that he would do things without his partner. His partner could be sleeping or resting or whatever, but she doesn't have to be present. Now, the difference between men and women need to be present during sex. And when we say present during sex, we need to be able to connect because we're giving something. When a woman lies down with a man, she gives something. Okay, that doesn't mean that we can't compartmentalize. As I would say, as a woman, I've learned how to compartmentalize. But most women, they struggle, and therefore, because we give something, we have to be present. If we're not present, it doesn't feel consensual. Okay, so Tamara is saying that once a person's in a relationship, they shouldn't have to masturbate. From a woman's point of view, we don't. We don't because we're not giving anything, and we're required to give when we're in relationships. For a man, it is slightly different. Hence why men could go from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman to woman to woman and feel absolutely nothing because they're
some
not.
men.
I'm gonna say some men. Sorry, because they're not given anything when they have sex. So just to answer that question,
what do you mean,
Ryan? I think
what I would say is this. No, hold on.
We're emotionally giving. Yes, we're emotionally giving. A woman a woman couldn't just lie there and let a man do whatever they need to do and be okay with it. That wouldn't
talk to Richard Burton. Richard Burton is an unmarried man. Right? And Richard Burton say, oh, in my back him face like, wow. See?
Because he has no woman.
No. Hold on. Is it okay? Are you guys saying it is okay for him to continue to do what he's doing?
No, I'm not going to blind. I need to stop.
No. Come on. Guys,
Go blind, bro. Go blind.
Hold on.
Go blind.
You need to stop.
No, guys, for the joke aside.
No, hold on. Go.
Serious? Can you guys be serious?
Let's be serious.
Get on. I'm looking before we go back. Before we get serious, let me bring the fun back. Little bit in there. You see that part with your best about you go blind. Me swear one at a time.
You go blind too. Yes, that go hard.
Yeah, man. Oh, hard. We have some young man we are talking about, man. I mean,
on a real note. No, but on a real note, I know somebody who get blood vessel because they masturbated too much.
Well, that's with anything like that.
Guys,
when he went to the doctor, they said it's due to strenuous activities. His blood vessel. The man was masturbating non-stop.
As him done it go again. This is true.
Till they shoot bloods.
Fabian said that means it's due to strenuous activity. Is that strenuous activity? That's one.
Too much of anything.
No, but guys, you not answer the people, you know.
Right, can I answer the question, please? Right.
Don't answer my question yet, Rory.
Can I answer the question, please? Can I answer the question?
Which question are you answering? Are you answering Richard?
Whether Richard should continuously be having...
Right, and he's unmarried.
Right. Hold on, right. Depending on what life Richard lived, if Richard is a devout Christian and he follows the word, then no. If Richard does not live that life, let him go and do what he needs to do. No, it doesn't say that.
All right, so what's your opinion now, Ryan? Hold on. All right, we hear you. More the Christian now to answer. So that's your take, right, Leonie? You are in the middle. You are saying if he a Christian, sure, don't do it. And if he's not, sure. Yeah. No, Ryan, you speak not from so political, but speak as Ryan. What do you tell the man now who are masturbate?
I think he should
say, yes, the same thing. From a Christian perspective, but the only thing I could say, is from what Leonie said, is that if you're a Christian, you're a devoted Christian, you can't be doing.
He's not a Christian. I just say.
No, if he's not a Christian, yeah, man, if in life, then if he's not a Christian,
Christian or not, he's unmarried.
Yeah, but it depends on your foundation.
It's a foundation, Rory. Look back the
all right. Well, listen.
No,
listen.
man, I can tell you stop. Why?
Let me
it's
tell you.
Unhealthy.
No,
Richard needs
to unhealthy. Yeah, contradict yourself.
Man.
Contradict yourself.
No, man, hold on. The man cannot live him life just as rub out him hand middle. This can't work. So you understand?
Hold on.
Richard. It's a great one. This Rory look on.
Yeah.
They my line of God. They my line of God, man.
Hold on. You can't laugh. Can't be sick. Right. Richard, let me answer you, Richard. Right? The answer is no, you should not be doing it. And let me tell you why. You should not be doing it because whether you like it or not, see, you should believe in the Bible, right? You should believe in the word, right? And principles of the Bible and principles of Christianity, right? When it come on to, let me finish, let me answer the man. Because I know where I come from. Because I can't believe I want to attack so. Richard, you see, each time you masturbate, you're thinking about something or you're watching something. Whatever you're doing, that's what you're lusting. You are lusting, and from a biblical perspective, right? My opinion to you is that it is wrong. And abstain, try. According to them, they say if you're married, fine. They're saying if you're married, fine. Because your partner can do it. Which is still kind of bollocks. So like an addiction they are trying to justify. Right? But anywho.
Well, sex could be an addiction then.
So hold on, stick on, exactly, because you have people who are sexually addicted, that they always need nymphomania.
So why you guys need to use the hand middle?
So tell me something.
What?
I don't need to use my hand middle. I don't think anybody here needs to use the hand middle. And the reason why I say that, why are you not addicted to it?
Can you stop?
Who said I'm doing it now?
All right, so that's a question. Why did you stop? Tell the people why did you stop. Let's go. Start with you, Fabian. Why did you stop? There must be a reason. Yeah. If you stop something, you can't outsmart me, no. You can't outsmart me today. If you stop something, it must be wrong. Why would you stop something that is right?
Possibly, Fabian possibly stopped because he found somebody.
Possibly?
With. No, I can't speak for Fabian because
no, let him speak for himself. More I hear from him.
I'm saying possibly he stopped because he found somebody to do it with. You're saying to Richard, don't indulge Richard. So if he's there and he reached a point, he's there as a single man and he's trying to live his life. He doesn't want to be all over the place. He has no partner. You're saying if he feels so overwhelmed at one point, where really and truly he wants to get a release. No, that's what I'm asking you. Because you're saying, because you're saying no. You're living better.
So let me ask a question.
You're saying find a girl.
Why is it that he reached to the point? Why is it reached to the point that he needs to release? Is it that he's lusting continually or continuously on the daily, where he's seeing people and oh my God, I can't.
Because Rory, he's human being. He's human, and once he has sex. he has sexual. Everybody has sexual urges.
But if he, don't you think if he devote to the word and reading the word and prayer, he won't have all of these sex urges that go and kill him?
Question, Rory. So hold on, Rory. Your Bible says we must devote ourselves to Christ, but so why is it that some of us are married then?
No, because no.
Why you not gonna devote yourself and you're married?
No, what I'm saying, listen.
Why did you get married?
Listen.
We have a video to play, and Fabian is going to play the video, and we can talk about it and talk to Richard. At the same time.
Which one?
Devotion to Christ does not diminish your sexual desire. And by God forbid,
Amen.
if you ask God, take away my sexual desire. No.
That's not the sexual desire.
But that's but we spoke about this the other day with 1 Corinthians 7 talks about the fact if you desire sex that much, you may as well go and get married. So this idea that you
just get married for sex.
Guys, for my viewers who say me delusional, my viewers who say me delusional.
And the shot is just for the purpose of sex, you're getting married.
Well, because you read the Bible.
I think we have become very judgmental.
No, because every time when they come on to these sex things, one on the gang up on me. But let me just say this.
No, Rory.
Not ganging up on you, Rory. Don't do that.
Rory, I think you become too judgmental and you just
yeah, no. Who may I judge?
Yeah, man. Well, I don't. If
I'm saying
Leonie give it in a nutshell a while ago. Said if you're a Christian, yeah,
but
abstain. If you are not a Christian, then listen, man.
Guys,
find the Lord.
Let it be to the 21 people who are watch. Me not being judgmental. I'm just saying.
Well, on Rory, can I leave it a little bit? Can we look at the sex toys? Because I think we're looking at them hand too much, the fists and everything. Or we're not looking at
it come back to the same thing. So if you don't want to talk about sex toys, feel free.
Man.
Well, I never finished don't talk about there's a master.
I am gonna bring up with this.
But hold on there. Why you not answer my question? I asked back a question.
Which question you asked me?
The first question I asked about me in front of my wife, and we're doing it right there as a foreplay before we can get into anything else. What is there something wrong in that?
So
me
you guys
touching myself, she's touching herself right before.
Something wrong with that. Something's wrong
with that.
Oh, all right. Come inside, son.
Oh.
Come inside, son.
Go away, son. Go far, son.
Go in the room. Go in the room. Hold on.
Tell me cock up in ears.
Guys, go in the room. That is must go in the room.
Hold on, no, man. Hold on, no, Rory. So foreplay. What you say? Foreplay is something.
Hold on, no, man. Can I answer?
The way you're talking is
every time I try to answer. Every time. Hold on.
Answer.
Right, I just feel sorry for your wife.
Sorry, Ken.
The way it's gone is just like missionary, and that's the only thing.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. No.
Steady. Let's give Rory the floor. Go.
Let me talk about that. Because when I ask me a question and I want to answer and not give me no time, no chance to answer.
Answer.
And let me calm down.
Let's hurry up.
No rush me. Don't rush me. See? Right. You are in front of your wife or your spouse, and you are playing with yourself, and she or he is playing with themselves, right? That's just wrong. If you're going to talk about foreplay, then it's fine. I will play with her, and she will play with me, right? But it cannot be that your relationship is so broken down that you're in front of her. Let me finish. If your relationship is so broken down that you are in front of your partner, and rather than you playing with your partner, who you're supposed to be seen in that light, you want to play with yourself. And then play with themselves. That is from hell. That is from hell.
Can I say something?
I am saying I want to play. So hold on. So you tell me saying, and that is foreplay by me playing with her. Foreplay is me playing with her, and she playing with me. Hold on.
It's the anticipation, Rory.
Bro, I cannot.
What?
touch
No,
myself.
sir.
If my wife go to the bathroom,
Yeah, that's how Richard
hold on,
Babu
Rory.
school.
If my wife
Listen.
go to the
You know what? You know what?
So Ryan, your wife goes to the bathroom. Your wife goes to the bathroom naked, Ryan. And you have to beat off your thing. You beat off your thing front time before you kiss her on the neck and take what you have to take her, whatever.
So you have one thing. We have one thing we call. Rory, you have one thing we call time of the month, Rory. Yeah.
So you're desperate, man. All the time in the month.
Hold on. Steady, guys. Steady. Hold on.
My wife sexy. We can't think she realize that. What you mean we can't do that? What you mean?
I want to turn this really R-rated. I need to turn this really R-rated. Right. If I'm
Please
with a
don't.
man,
Please
I
don't.
am. I'm gonna do it. if I am with a man and he's blessed in that area, right? And he's trying to warm me up. If he come out of the shower and start playing with himself, hey babe, hey, let me help you out.
Because, wouldn't it be strange? Wouldn't it be strange just see him play with himself and you naked and him play with himself?
No, Rory, listen.
Who is he thinking about? You don't even know if I think about you.
Rory,
I think about him co-worker.
Rory,
come with this madness.
Rory,
You can do that during sex.
Rory.
Drink some water.
During sex.
All right, guys, stop. Leonie. Stop.
Jason, let me hear Jason.
Go, Jason.
Just listen, please, Rory. Because you seem to think, oh, he's over one corner there playing with himself, and you're over one corner playing with yourself. There's a conversation going on.
Says who? Yeah, add to it.
No, but I'm telling you, we're not talking about the two of you. The two of you are doing something distant from each other. You're having a conversation. So the foreplay begins, the words, the action, and you're building up an anticipation. Okay, you are doing this to yourself. I can imagine when it comes my time.
And you don't think that is strange, but do that to himself?
Let me give you a typical.
All right, let me tell you something now. If I come out of the bathroom in my one pack, see? Boom, and me see me looking good, right? And when me come out of my one pack and stay so boom, and my thing goes a bam, bam, bam. And when I come see my wife does a look, my wife and I look so my wife does play with herself so.
Rory, you're missing the point, Rory.
We need to bring it
She's not looking anywhere else. She's looking at you. And you're
looking at me. She's looking at me.
Yes.
Sure.
She's looking at you.
Sure.
And both of you are talking. You're having an exchange. There's an exchange.
All right.
It's like you're
I'll go and help her.
And this
Of course, I go eventually help her. But it's a whole play, Rory. Me not gonna see me in the room with my wife and me busy and look elsewhere.
There are two different things we're talking about. Let me just clear the air a little bit right here. See? If I see my wife and my wife goes to the bathroom looking good, and I decide to play with whatever my genitals, that is different from me masturbating. Masturbating has the intention to finish. So yes, we're talking about the masturbation that masturbate to the point of releasing. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about playing with the general.
Masturbating is playing, touching.
No.
It don't say anything here about finishing.
We know. That's about our definition of masturbation.
People, hold on, Fabian, let me say
something. Our definition.
Let me give Rory
no, a typical example.
Our definition, no, Rory.
Now, you hear me?
So what
Rory, stop. Rory, stop. Ask your son to get your water, right?
Typical example, Rory. Hear this now. Me and my wife in the bed. We just have sex or whatever. She decides, boy, she feel tired, she'll go sleep. And me feel, boy, I want her round too. Can I masturbate there? Just thinking about the fact that I didn't get my round two and I just feel like I want to get off because I didn't get the round two. Is that okay, sir? Is that okay? I didn't get my round two and I feel unsatisfied. I want another round two. Can I do that? Thinking about my wife. Is that okay, sir? Silent.
No, I'm not silent. Hold on.
Yeah, you're silent.
I'm thinking about your question. Right? I'm thinking about your question.
Run the video.
Ryan.
This one is going to go for Rory later on. About 2 years from now, Rory.
I want to say this though. Guys, I'm not saying that none of what you are saying I don't take part in or yes, me never. I did say it on the show that I'm partaking in the act already. I'm saying
But you're
I
not
just
addicted,
think
are you?
I just think that it is wrong. Not because I do it means it's right. I'm not trying to justify it. See? Because yes, Ryan, there are instances. So yes, there are instances like what you talk about. Yes, say your wife, you want a round two, and maybe you get the round two. And maybe say, boy, you can just
Or the other way around.
you play with yourself until you get a round two. Right?
Or the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah.
Listen, in that instance, that is not what we.
Who's we though? Who's we?
I'm talking about we, the co-hosts here.
Stop.
We're talking about the masturbation. What we were talking about. We're talking about general, just flap, come.
But we did not categorize the masturbation. We did not categorize it.
Subscribe.
Yeah, we did not categorize the masturbation that we're talking about. Masturbation in general. We're not categorizing it. They're not different types of masturbation. Masturbation is masturbation.
Well, Richard,
which also includes the toys. Which includes toys.
Which includes the toys.
Yes.
But my question before we leave though is, are we okay?
No, when I leave it, run a video quickly.
Oh, you want to run the video? While I bring up the video, should our partners have sex toys?
Give me a second, guys. Give me a second.
Sex toys. That's my thing. I don't know if our partners should have sex toys. You know, so your wife have dildo and whatever.
What if you bring the toys in the bedroom with your partner? As I said, I have toys. It does nothing me doing it by myself. I have toys with a partner. So I don't what would be the issue with I don't get that.
Well, I'm just wondering if what the toys are doing, you know,
it's a different even about down to masturbation and penetrating. They're all different.
Well, Leonie, him asked a question a while ago. He said, if he want a round two and she said she tired. What if she want a round 2 or 3 and you tired and not now go on? So and she decides, okay, I'll draw for this. Is there a problem with that?
But it's a different sensation. Like I can sit here and as a single person be like, I have my toy, but it's different when you're with a person. Mm-hmm. So it's never gonna this idea that a toy is gonna compete with the real thing. It never will.
We definitely need a round 2. But Kevin, I go play the video now and I got ask because all the way have kids, sure, I guess.
We have kids. So yeah. What happened when this happened? How we deal with it? What
you do?
Oh my gosh.
Refresh the page, man.
Oh my gosh. Buffering.
Refresh the page.
I saw this.
You seen it already?
Let's refresh the page, man. Let's refresh the page.
Huh?
Embarrassment.
What happened? Your son upstairs bullying his hand upstairs. I don't know what else again to do in this house. I mean, come on, what? What really? So what you say to him? He didn't say anything? Why should I tell him? Yeah, he pricking his hand upstairs there. Junior, come down here. Bullying his hand. With Vicks. With Vicks? My Vicks? Bullying his hand with Vicks. Junior, bring my blasted Vicks for me, please. I just ready to listen. I just want to go back home. I can't. Just so you're saying that until the boy? I don't want to be here with this boy upstairs there.
Oh my God!
Hey, I don't walk it on my son to that boy. I don't know.
How do we approach?
No, it's fine, guys. Tell him say it's okay. Give him thumbs up. Up. That's what I say.
So again, I can't bother with you. You really need to go get some more water or something. How do you deal with your son? Hold on, Rory. And that will say, you're getting too hyper. Relax now, man. Drink some water, man. And chill. That's not what we're doing. Calm down, Rory. How do you guide your son in a situation?
Where you guide him far? It's okay. Where you guide him far?
Would you like to see your grown son and his grown wife having sex? No.
Oh no, say okay. So why not guide him for? Yeah, guide him thumbs up.
Okay. And that is why it is so taboo to people and why people don't talk about it.
Contradicting. That's what
it's not contradicting. You don't want to tell your son about, he said this.
Me I'm gonna tell him say okay. Me gonna tell him say okay. Because I already said okay from beginning.
And then
but
what?
when you say it is fine.
Rory.
But when you want to say okay.
It's a question,
Look
Rory.
at the parent who
Hold on,
smoke.
question.
I want to tell the parent don't smoke.
Hold on, Rory.
Man.
That's not what we're saying. You're so caught up, man.
man.
Pour the water up on your head, top.
Yeah, man. The vex.
Chill out.
Here. Before
Who did tell us it is not okay?
Himself. Nobody never.
Who did tell you said
nobody that contradict themselves right now.
Rory, who told you that it wasn't okay?
No, I'm saying you guys said it was okay.
Who told you?
You guys, everybody here said it was
Who
okay.
told you?
Said
No.
from a Christian
When
perspective.
you were young, who told you?
Who told you say what?
All
say
right
what?
then.
Say what? It is okay or
When
it's
you
not
were young,
okay.
who did tell you say nothing masturbate?
Nobody.
So, but worry, remember, you're strayed from the point. We said it is not right if you are what?
In belly, I said this in
From a Christian perspective.
Yeah, man.
If you're a Christian. But you are, Rory.
No, but it just blow him. Him really need to pour water your belly and sweat, Bridget. You need to wet your head up and calm down because you missed the whole point.
Rory,
You missed the whole point. How do we say it is okay, Rory? I said in the beginning, you see, masturbation on its own is okay. However, it comes with watching videos, which brings in lust and all of those kind of things. Right? That's what we said in the beginning, right, Rory? We all agreed on that. We are now mentioning about it within marriage. That's what we're talking about, Rory. So all you get all heated up about a while ago. How
you guys told Richard. Stop.
I tell you, Richard, guys, don't do it.
Okay, good.
Rewind the video.
All right, fine.
Tell me what we say.
Fine.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Right.
You.
Everybody.
Stop.
Okay. I said it was wrong. I said it was wrong for Richard to do it.
Stop. When you tell Richard, say, Richard, up to what you think and what you believe.
No, that's not what
I'm saying. What them say. No, guys, Richard is an adult, but I'm saying to you, you guys said, and you guys said,
here's a good point. Here's a good point.
Adult and marriage.
Somebody with child development to explain this. Because I know all of them can't tell me, say, no, see this. Even as a child, as my little you boy, touch him tilly. You understand? And I play with himself. They're getting some sort of, they're experience, they're
from the time
they're knowing their body. You understand? They're all knowing themselves. Yeah.
Eventually, they go all do it. Them all do
and
it.
That is masturbation, believe it or not. The little children there, they're touching themselves. They don't know what it is, but there's a sensation, there's a feeling that they get. So it is masturbation too. But you can't. It's different for what you're gonna tell an adult as opposed to a child. Right, Richard is an adult, so there are decisions that he can make for himself. As a child, and you go in the room, you have to guide them in a certain way.
Yeah, right.
An adult and a child are two different things.
Yeah.
See, all I'm saying,
not meant to do this. This is a sin. God did tell us it's a sin.
Hold on, can we just pick up on the comment? Masturbation can't be okay in and out of marriage because Christ says, if you are look at a woman in lust, you have already committed fornication / adultery. So you can't.
No, he came in late. Jeremy came in late. He came in late because Jeremy, they were talking about.
You can't lust of your wife.
No, they were talking about masturbating, thinking about your wife, right? So, and that's a gray area, right? But the fact of the matter that I am upset because my 5 co-hosts didn't take any time than the 1 hour. He said, all right, here we are going. Richard.
Wrong.
No.
I want you to sit down. You know what? Watch it over and watch it. Listen.
We can bet $1 million right now. Put him, you know what? Bet $10,000 right now. More you bet right now with the viewers in here. So Ryan said, when we asked Ryan if you rang or Ryan said it's based off of what? in belief.
In being a Christian.
In being a Christian or not.
Yeah. Right, said that.
Okay, that's what I want to say. So how is it that now?
You have your own view on it.
But you just generalize the whole panel a while ago, Rory. You just generalize the whole panel.
I said you were the only one who. I said you were the only one.
Hold on. Remember, I get in a Rory. I cannot be judgmental. All right. Remember, I said that earlier. His view in his eyes is that it is okay. It is
I'm
right.
not judgmental.
Well, I know what I'm saying. It is judgmental. I'm not gonna take any beam out. Remember, I said the Bible said they must make sure you take out the beam out of here before you take out somebody else's side. I am not going to judge him based on his lifestyle. I am going to tell him from a Christian perspective. If he's a Christian, as Leonie mentioned earlier, if he's a Christian, wrong. But if you are not a Christian and you want to live your life that way, that is your choice.
Rapid. Only married people can commit adultery. Unmarried people commit fornication.
Tell him again, Miss White. Too emotional. Missing the
No.
point.
Every time they have them topic here, a whole lot of the family, but it's all right.
But
you're not listening, man.
The man is single, yeah.
You guys too contradict yourself.
Listen.
I don't tell me saying he can't back so too. And God not tell us wrong.
What that?
The man is single. The man no woman to release him stress and him sexual desires, and he can't back so too. God not tell us wrong, you know.
Well, according to the Bible, according to the Bible,
add things to it. Yeah,
hold on, Leon, stop.
What if the man have nothing about nothing? What if the man nothing about no other woman or whatever?
Too many what ifs.
You have to think about
too many what ifs. Leonie, what you saying, Leonie?
I said according to if we sticking to the scriptures, according to the Bible, it would be wrong. If you're not married and you're masturbating, it would be wrong.
No, the Bible not tell us.
It does tell you that.
We're telling that.
Hold on.
When you're lusting
Leon, I refuse to go back down this road again with Leon, because Leon, you clearly missed the point that we said that is lust. Yeah, and lust is thinking about somebody, looking at somebody. I think
that is no lust.
All right,
you don't know.
Let's define lust first, Leon.
Okay, guys. You know what? All them unmarried folks here, seeing who are watching, what the summary of this thing, this way you can take from it, is that if you are not a Christian, feel free to masturbate as many times as you want.
Yes.
Whatever. Right? Knock yourself out. Right? That's what they're saying. I just want it to be very clear. Listen. What I want, my opinion. I want to be very clear because I don't want anybody to
mix me.
I did not say.
Rory, don't mix me, man. Don't mix me.
Right? You say if you're not a Christian, you said it a while ago. You're not a Christian. They can do it. Exactly. And I'm saying, good. That was not my suggestion. I want to be very clear out here.
Hold on, Rory.
Right? I want to be very clear.
How can you even tell if your partner is thinking about you during sex?
You don't even thinking about you during sex. You can't tell. You could be participating in penetrative sex with your husband and wife.
And think about somebody.
That point, I don't know if that point can stick. Continue.
Yeah, you can't.
Can I finish my summary so I can stop talk? So that I don't want nobody say me I say the same thing like, you know? I am saying to the people.
Speak for yourself. And don't try to say fine. Speak for yourself.
For myself.
Go on.
Let me speak for myself.
Go on.
I'm using the opportunity to tell the persons here who are not Christians that it is still not right. It's wrong. Right? Whether you're Christian or you're not Christian.
We justify that. We use to show what kind of source of information we use to that.
And I'm saying persons who are not Christians, most persons who are not Christians, they are still aware of what the Bible preaches. And they're still conscious.
No, you cannot bring. That's what your point you're missing.
Non-Christians here do believe in the Bible. No, they just not living a Christian life.
Listen, Rory.
You can't tell me we can't bring Bible to Richard.
You cannot, because if you're not a Christian, it means that you're not living by the standards.
So what you gonna bring to the non-Christians and Ryan to convert a non-Christian?
Hold on, let me explain to you now. It's quite simple. It's like if I go to a Muslim, I cannot use the Bible to.
I never said a Muslim. I say that.
Sorry guys for going over there.
The same thing, Rory. The same thing.
So
Because
how do you talk to a non-Christian then, Ryan? What you bring to them? The Bible? The Bible you bring to them?
Let me finish.
No, that make it look like some dark is some dunces.
No, Rory.
You're just the loudest.
Listen, Rory.
You have to get loud because they make it look like an idiot.
No, because it's simple, Rory.
How can you talk to a non-Christian without the Bible?
Oh my God.
You know that some people that they don't hold on to the standards of the Bible. They bring their standards from somewhere.
And you teach them the standards.
Hold on, no, man. You just keep a run ahead of yourself.
All right, go on. I don't know.
I am saying to you now, you cannot use the Bible to justify a man that is not a Christian to dictate how he should live his life. He's gonna choose to live his life based on whatever source he gets, where he gets his source of information from. You can't bring the Bible to him. It's the same thing as a Muslim. You're talking about. Remember, Muslim and a man who chooses to live his life.
I disagree with that, by the way. That's what I go.
Personally, I have a friend.
If you're gonna talk to a non-Christian, you have to use the Bible.
All right. Listen, Ryan.
I have a friend. Let me tell you. Let me just finish this on this Fabian. I have a friend that does not pull nothing from the Bible. He doesn't. No matter how much I try to talk to you about the Bible, he's not gonna get his stories from there. I can't bring nothing the Bible to him. He's gonna live his life based on what he thinks is right. And I cannot bring the Bible to justify anything to him. So if in this situation with the masturbation, if he is pulling his source, he gets his information from somewhere else, whether from himself or from some other book, you cannot bring the Bible to him.
So what is your information you are bringing to him? You can get information from somewhere. So what information are you bringing to him? You're going to tell him say it's okay. Because we are getting information from...
I'm going to say...
It's right.
Hold on, no. The only thing I can say...
Stop trying to justify the thing for yourself.
You're not getting it. All right, we're not going to go down that road. Let's leave. Let's leave it there because you're not getting
right,
it.
People.
You understand?
Because God did not specifically tell you that masturbation is wrong. That's why you can have these conversations because everybody are going to look for one part of the Bible and justify it to mean what they want it to mean. But think about it, the God of God, our King of Kings, Lord of Lords, who make everything and everybody, didn't look for Rory specifically or anybody else and say it is wrong. Do not do this. You know, I'm not business with that. That's a nonsense. Do it if you want, and if you don't want to do it, because
guess what? Loss is in play. And so as a Christian, as a Christian, that telling them cannot lose.
People, listen.
Right. You can say it cannot lose.
Listen, Leon,
we're gonna have a part two. Make we do a wrap up here.
We need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Now. You understand? But
So Rory said his point. No, hold on. More everybody have a little piece because Rory I try to generalize everybody. Go to 5. Him and other 5 people.
And me versus all out all the time. 5 hours.
All right. No, on a big man level. On a big man level, what we want from the people is when you go away from this is an open discussion where you can say, I believe in this and I believe in that. When we speak this way, guys, I don't want you to think that we're so strong that we're not gonna listen to reasoning. As you see Rory going off, please don't mind him. That's him. Him just need more water. As I was trying to say, I agree with Ryan and I also agree with Rory in the sense that Rory, as much as you want to say that it's lusting, you saying that to someone who is not a Christian, it means nothing to them. What are you telling me about me lusting? It don't mean anything to me. So basically, you have to come to a point where you're saying, you sitting there and masturbating so much, it separates you from mental or physical. You're constantly getting the only satisfaction from masturbating.
We're gonna wear this t-shirt next week.
It will eventually affect his sex life. Why? Because he's watching these type of videos and living out these fantasies. So when he finally lays with a female, and expectations of what he saw in these videos is not happening. Right?
Agree with you. Agree.
So therefore, it's best if you try to cut down on it. Yeah? Get it under control. Don't let it control you. In my life, I don't believe anything should control me. Right?
Once a week is not a control.
Wrap it up, I see you.
Or even once a month, Richard. You know what? Get it under control.
Fabian, it's good that you have masturbation under control, and that's good, sir.
You have it under control, Ryan?
I think we should all have it under control.
Nothing, you have it under control.
I don't want you to try to single me out on the show today.
People are point figures I wonder, him say him masturbate, but yet still you're not addicted to it. So therefore you cannot say that masturbation.
Listen, let me say that. No, don't put words in my mouth, brother. I said I masturbated in the past. I haven't masturbated in a long while.
Masturbate, you masturbate. You masturbate? Did you masturbate? That's the end of the point. That's all we say, right?
But I'm saying, I have overcome that. I've overcome that, right? Masturbation, yes, usually take a toll upon me, right? I overcome that, and it's been long time now I don't do that.
See, you never told us this.
But when I say take a toll, meaning that just like everybody else who know what to masturbate, every now and then, right? But you guys don't stop it because it's okay for you guys. What I'm saying, for me, I actually overcome and stop, right? Because I realize that this is something that is not natural and not of God. See?
All right.
However, and so Ryan, I just want to ask you.
This man want to put.
Do you have it under control?
I don't want you to put me under the spotlight. You know, I put the spotlight for me. You understand?
Do you have it under control? Let's
all I am going to say is this. Yeah, and as Fabian said, we're wrapping it up now, so we're going to wrap it up with this. If you are currently one of those persons that are masturbating and it's part of your life, you're one of those 25% or part of the 25% of the people that are masturbating how many times a week, and you really don't have it under control, then I think if you're going to take it from a spiritual standpoint, we're going to say you're committing a sin and you're wrong, straight up wrong. And if you are not a Christian, yeah, and you don't have it under control, my suggestion to you is you try to see how best you can have a mutual. I don't know if you meet.
Define under control. Define that.
We're not addicted basically to. You're not addicted. You're not get up every single day, morning, night, noon, and night. You just get into it as if it's a part of your life. You know, have it under control basically.
Like Richard. So like Richard.
No, Richard now have it under control. You understand?
Rip said. The man said, so therefore, his people, you are talking to Richard here, you know? You're not singling him out, but the man is basically a cry out to us all. How you guys help me here? Help me.
Help me.
You know, help me.
You're not asking no help. Richard not asking no help.
Yeah, man, he did ask yes.
No, that's never asked.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did. He said this I'll take over in life.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
no, but all joke for that joke aside.
People, we need to wrap it up today. But what I'm gonna say, let Fabian, we kind of gone way beyond the time, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Way beyond the time.
But people, we can't forget to remind you guys to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
And just like the video now. If you're there, just click the like button, man.
And then most importantly, share it, because we want more people to come on here and share their views.
You can share the dark Rory. And them say, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So watch your brother, you're going dark.
And also, people, just to let you know, some people were talking about the Duppy and Obia episode. We're going to have a part 2 because of course, we didn't go into the details of what we had planned to discuss. So that is coming up. And of course, we're going to have a part 2 to the sex toys as well, because definitely we never go into the sex toys. And the fact that some woman arrest some man and tie them up on bed and all them things that if everybody okay with that, we're going to adjust that. Handcuff and all those stuff. Yeah.
Rory, so, you think you don't carry handcuff, go show it.
Now they can try
yourself. Big up on yourself. You have to go baptize again. You have to go
baptize. Don't masturbate, people. Don't masturbate.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, go take care of yourself.
Come here, sweat.
And we shall see you guys next week. Sunday, same time, same place. Big up on yourself. We're out.